B&B 2020. Are you ready?
Our final race of the first block, and it's one of the big ones. Pit Bike Stock 140, some of the biggest names in British mini bikes, headed by Ben Lord with the 42.4, Ryan Tyers in second, Jim Lovell third, Dominic Herbertson qualifying fourth from Mick Lord and Ben Klukas. Seventh place was Dan Merrin, eighth for Ryan Clark, ninth Ed Peed, 10th was Kai Jones from Shane Hopkins and Chris Heimers, 13th for Matt Lockyer, Tom Stanford in 14th, Ben Ray 15th position from Reese Peacock, Adam Jamieson and Greg Stretch in 18th position, Chris Edwards, Darren Hall 20th, Simon Patterson, Nathan Gardner, Jake Marsh and Sean Betton in 24th position. And that is the Pit Bike Stock 140 Group A lineup. Some of the most established names in British mini bikes lining up now. This is the final race of the first block. We go through it all again, of course, to round out the afternoon. So still plenty of action here on Alpha Live at round number 2 of the Rich Energy British Mini Bikes Championship here at Lydd in Kent. On this wonderful sunny afternoon, there's been some great racing all through the first block, and we hope you enjoy the second block, which will be coming up very shortly indeed, of course. And if you're joining us from the morning coverage of the British 24-hour karting race at Teesside, hope you're enjoying your afternoon coverage here from Alpha Live. Just one rider in a bit of trouble on the formation lap there. There's one or two late starters, so the grid has been held up slightly here, so we're just waiting for these last two riders to make their way onto the line, and I think we're about ready to go. Just checking with the grid marshal. Riders ready, and Group A is about to get underway. Flag will drop, and away they go. Lord on the inside from Ryan Tyers. Ben Lord gets through. There's Tyers in second. Lovell third. Herbertson through, and look how close they are at the back. Some very experienced, aggressive riders there, and they're all fighting for position, but they all seem to get through the first chicane okay. Ben Lord leads them up towards the top corner. And there you see why good start important. Those riders towards the back, training paint, banging handlebars, but the leaders clearing away at the front now. It's Ben Lord, Ryan Tyers and Jim Lovell breaking away at the front. A three-way tussle for the lead. Trying to stay with them though is Dominic Herbertson and Mick Lord as they go charging through. There we go, 11 laps to go. Ben Lord leads, Ryan Tyers, Jim Lovell, Dom Herbertson, Mick Lord, Ben Klukas in sixth position. Ben Lord with a 44.698 through on that first lap. Good clean first lap of the race though. Ben Lord leads the way just by a touch under half a second. There we see the Trevor H just a bit further behind. Dan Merrin currently in 8th place. Ryan Clark, Kai Jones and Ed Peed rounding up the top 10. But the top three now, Ben Lord, Ryan Tyers and Jim Lovell, starting to break away. There's Lord leading, Tyers in second, and Ben Lord proudly displaying, of course, the number 1. Ryan Tyers all over the back wheel though as they head towards the next chicane. This tight hairpin. Tyers trying to find a way through, but Ben Lord holds on to the lead in towards the top corner. Let's see what Lord can do here. Ben Lord, clear track in front of him. Ryan Tyers just sussing him out here, trying to find a way through. Oh, has a look down the inside and Lord goes down. The top two riders colliding. Racing incident there is straight back onto the bikes. Oh, but I think, it looks like Ben Lord's throttle is stuck or something. The the rear wheel still spinning away. Ben Lord and Ryan Tyers appear to be out of the race, but no hard feelings between, it was a racing incident, I would say. Maybe we'll get the chance to look at that again, but the two race leaders out of the race. Jim Lovell now takes the lead. Herbertson second, Mick Lord in third, Lucas fourth, Dan Merrin in fifth place. Ben Lord and Ryan Tyers out, and let's see what happens here. Just trying to find a way down the inside, but both going for the same bit of track. And I think realistically that was a racing incident, no rider particularly at fault. Number 6 in trouble here as well. That is the machine of Tom Stanford, I believe. And that, well, the bar's twisted. I think he may also have been down as well. So it's all change here. Never any shortage of action in the 140 Group A class. Some of the top riders. And it's all change, of course, now. So Jim Lovell is your new race leader. Dominic Herbertson, Mick Lord up to third. Ben Clucas, Dan Merrin and Ryan Clark in sixth. All very close at the front. Although Jim Lovell has a 1.5 second gap. There is a red flag. The race has been stopped. Now, I don't know what that is for. All the riders seem okay, and there may be possibly some oil on the track. Everyone seems okay. A couple of crashes out on the track, but red flag out just to make sure the track is safe. There was some damage to the safety barriers, but marshals getting that sorted out quite quickly. Track is safe and ready to go once again. As the riders line up, we're just going to keep an eye on the starter at the back there. Riders, I believe, are ready to go. Here we go then. So restart our pit bike stock 140 Group A. 8 laps to the finish. Good start is essential. The reset button has been pressed here, and away we go into the chicane for the first time. And there's some real bar banging in that first corner. Will they get through safely? Yes, they do, just about. Good start, very important indeed. Everyone jostling for position. Jim Lovell getting a good getaway, and I think is still leading. Dominic Herbertson and Mick Lord are well placed as well. Up to the top corner they go. So the 97 of Lovell leads. Looks like Herbertson second, Lord in third, Ben Clucas in there as well. The 108 of Kai Jones is also well placed, but there's the 97 of Jim Lovell down towards the hairpin for the first time. Dominic Herbertson is right on his tail in second place. Round the final corner they go. Lovell leads. Nothing at all between them though. It's Herbertson second, Lord in third, Ryan Clark with a good start. He moves on to fourth place. Ben Clucas, Dan Merrin, Kai Jones in there, Reese Peacock, Ed Peed and Chris Heimers. I got a shout out from Ian Baldy earlier on YouTube for Kai Jones. Let's go on Kai Jones, and he's doing well actually. He's had a good start in this restarted Group A race, and Kai Jones up to 7th place on the number 108. Jim Lovell down the back straight. Through the hairpin, and Dominic Herbertson, they're all over the rear wheel of Lovell here. Can't find a way through, cuts in tightly on the exit of the hairpin to try and get some drive down the straight, but not quite long enough, and Lovell holds on. The start of the lap here a bit more technical. Through the hairpin they go. Lovell leads, Herbertson second, Lord still watching in third place up towards the top corner. Furthest point away from the start. Now they wind their way back down the back straight. And this really fast series of corners, this SS style here, they go right, left, right again. Lucas there, Merrin, there's Kai Jones, the 108 just behind. Treble 8 of Dan Merrin, Ed Peed, Reese Peacock, and Chris Heimers in there as well. Chris Edwards, Matt Lockyer, Ben Ray, Reece Stevenson and Shane Hopkins. Also well placed, 8 laps to go, and this Group A race is very close indeed as Jim Lovell still leads the way. Herbertson second. And at the moment, Dominic Herbertson looks a bit quicker at the start of the lap. 1,000th of a second separating Jim Lovell and Dominic Herbertson last time round. Lovell with the fastest lap of the race, 43.461. Pretty much identical pace though with the second place rider. Dominic Herbertson, the top two now pulling away from Mick Lord, 1.2 seconds down in third. Herbertson trying to get down the inside into the hairpin, but not quite enough room to go for the pass. Lovell carries the speed around that final corner. And again, they're almost identical lap times there. thousandths of a second between first and second place. Very tense battle here at the front. Lovell leading, Herbertson second. Herbertson trying to find an opening into the top corner, has a look down the inside, but oh, he got high-sided slightly there, loses a little bit of ground. And again, with these smaller bikes, you just lose the power sometimes, lose the momentum, and you can see just how much Jim Lovell has pulled away. Mick Lord still there in third. Ryan Clark, Ben Clucas, Dan Merrin, Kai Jones make their way through. Ed Peed in there as well. The 1, 2, 3 of Reece Stevenson goes through. Reece Peacock, Chris Hymers, Matt Lockyer, Ben Ray, Chris Edwards all a bit further down the field now. Shane Hopkins and Adam Jamieson in there as well from Simon Patterson. 5 laps to go in the restarted 140 Group A. And of course, Ben Lord and Ryan Tyers dropping out of contention early in this race in a spectacular crash. Racing into them, both riders okay. But this throws it wide open, really. Jim Lovell leads the way, and Dominic Herbertson, with that small mistake going for the lead, just dropping a little bit of time. The action just on the edge of the top 10, very close there. We see, I think that was Chris Edwards in there, Adam Jamieson. All battling for position here. Ben Ray in there as well, Shane Hopkins and Greg Stretch on the number 19, just a bit further behind. Currently in 17th place, Simon Patterson. Still as you were at the front though. Jim Lovell leads from Dominic Herbertson. Mick Lord in third. Ryan Clark, Ben Clucas. And here's the battle on the edge of the top 10, making their way through. Matt Lockyer, Ben Ray, Hopkins, Jamieson, Stretch and Chris Edwards, all very close indeed with 4 laps to go. Up through the hairpin they go. And it's Lockyer, Ray, Hopkins. Very close indeed. Battles throughout the field in this Group A race. Some of the most experienced riders in this British Minibike Series. There's the 29 of Reece Peacock with Chris Hymers and Matt Lockyer in there as well. Oh, rider down, and the S's. I'll pick up the number, I think. Well, pick it up on the lap chart. It may possibly have been no, it's not Reece Peacock. He's just gone through. I think that's Shane Hopkins that went down on that S's section. The rider okay, and the track is clear. Leaders go charging through that part of the track now. So Shane Hopkins dropping out of contention. 2 laps to go. And still very close at the front between Jim Lovell and Dominic Herbertson, who are just going past the finish line now. This midfield battle still very close indeed with 2 laps to go. There is the fourth place rider, Ryan Clark, just behind Mick Lord, who's just gone through in third. There's the battle for fourth. Ryan Clark and Ben Clucas, very close indeed. There's the 84 of Clucas, Reece Stevenson, Dan Merrin, Ed Peed and Kai Jones just a bit further behind. And here we see the leaders, 1.5 laps to go, and Jim Lovell has led pretty much the entire race. Dominic Herbertson we saw get very close a few laps ago, but couldn't quite pull the move off. Now he's back with Lovell with just over 1 lap to go. Here they come round the final corner. Last lap board goes out for our 2 leaders. Jim Lovell leads the way. Herbertson with the fastest lap of the race, 43.279. He's having one last go to snatch the victory. Let's see what he can do. They go through the chicane and the tight hairpin up towards the top corner. Herbertson. Now this is where he tried and it didn't come off last time, but just staying on the back wheel of Lovell. Down the back straight they go. Through the S's corners here now. Let's see if Herbertson can find a gap as they can make their way down towards the final few corners. Herbertson's got to get this penultimate corner correct to try and get a drive down the inside. Here they come into the hairpin for the final time. Herbertson having a look, but Lovell has got the line, and taking the checkered flag is the 97 of Jim Lovell in that very close race. Dominic Herbertson comes through in second position, and in the battle for third it looks like it's going to be Mick Lord. Good sportsmanship between the 2 riders there, Jim Lovell and Dominic Herbertson. Here they come, the rest of the top 10. Dan Merry and Ed Peed go through. Kai Jones cruising through just a bit further behind in 9th place. Reece Peacock and Chris Hymers go through. So plenty of drama in pit bike stock 140 Group A. That concludes the first block of racing, but stay with us of course, because we go right through to our second group of races, starting with the Mini GP riders and Junior Supermoto in just a few moments time. Thank you, of course, for joining us for round number 2 of the Rich Energy British Mini Bikes here at Lydd in Kent. And our final race with Ben Lord on pole position for the Pit Bike Stock 140 Group A from Ryan Tyres, Jim Lovell, Dom Herbertson in 4th, Mick Lord, Ben Clucas in 6th position. 7th was Dan Merrin, Ryan Clark, Ed Peed, Kai Jones in 10th, Shane Hopkins, Chris Heimers in 12th position. 13th was Matt Lockyer from Tom Stanford, Ben Ray, Reese Peacock in 16th, Adam Jamieson and Greg Stretch 18th position, Chris Edwards, Darren Hall, Simon Patterson, Nathan Gardner, Jake Marsh and Sean Betton in what was a very competitive qualifying session. My name's Chris Sora and joined for the final race by Dervin Elaine, who's been out competing on the track today, and as you say, it has been a very challenging track, but looks like good fun out there.
Yeah, brilliant track. First time I've actually been here to this track, but it's not disappointed. It's been really good racing, really competitive racing. And this race is going to be amazing. This
looks like a good one, I think. Also off the track as well, much like Ellis Park. It's these tracks, they're not just little go-kart tracks stuck out in the middle of nowhere. They're well turned out, proper little motorsport venues, aren't they?
Yeah, it's really tidy actually. It's really tidy, really grippy track. So yeah, it's definitely really good. I'm really impressed with it.
Much like Ellis Park, I think you can certainly tell that the track owners take a lot of pride in their appearance. Now, this race ended in a bit of, I'll say, controversy. They both, it was a racing incident, but trading paint in the first one. And let's see what happens in race number 2. Now, what's a bit of a delay on the grid here? They're just sorting out perhaps the positions by the looks of things.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a bit strange now, of course. Let's see what happens here. We're just making sure everyone's in the right order, I think. Sort of coming together on that S's section in the first race. Just seemed to be 2 riders going for the same bit of track, really. And
yeah, again, I think someone misjudged the closing speed a little bit on the, as you go over the hump and tip into the right, and just before the left, I think it just, like I said, it creates a pinch point if someone's not quite carried this corner speed that they should have done. So yeah, it was unfortunate actually, because they were, Ben and Ryan are 2 of the top riders in this class, and we want to see them, wheel to wheel racing. That's what we want to see.
So say very close fought in that first race till they went down. So let's hope for some better luck this time round. Just a case of sorting out the starting grid here, I believe. So
yeah, that's Matt Lockyer. He's forgotten what number he's supposed to be in. He did say he was really tired before we started, though, so we will forgive him.
Now, you know as well as I do, it's getting past 5 o'clock now. These guys have been racing all day and
3 days.
3 days, of course, including the warm-ups as well. Right. So when you're the last race of the day, it can sometimes, I say, feels like a drag, but it's the hottest day. The track's rough, and you've got to pull it out here. Here we go.
Pulled a wheelie.
So this looks like Ben Lord and Ryan Tyres. These 2 came together in the first race in that racing incident, but they've got away well, and we'll be hoping to get a clean race at the front.
Young Reece Stevenson's come from the back. I think he's at the back, and he's already taken quite a few positions already, as you can see him going around the outside of one on the back of the screen there.
So Reece Stevenson a bit further back, looking to make a name for himself. These 2 side by side here, Ben Lord and Ryan Tyres, and this is it went wrong in the first race, but very closely fought, and Jim Lovell getting involved in this one as well. They go down the back straight into the hairpin for the first time. Ben Lord trying to break away, but Ryan Tyres and Jim Lovell. Now these 3 just got Dominic Herbertson, Mick Lord and Ben Clucas in there. Mick Lord in up to 4th place now. Herbertson, Clucas, Dan Merrin, Ed Peed, Ryan Clark in 9th, Kai Jones. Bad start for Chris Heimers on the 151, dropping down a few places, but Ben Lord and Ryan Tyres. Oh, he has a look down the inside their tyres. This looks set to be a thrilling conclusion to the day.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they've raced each other for a while now. They've got very different styles as well. You can see the different lines that they take and the corner speed differences, etc. So, this will go down to the wire if they can keep it. Both can keep it on 2 wheels.
So very evenly matched riders here as Lord, just as best he can, tries to go a bit wider, get the exit speed on the hairpin. Right on his tail though, the 55 of Ryan Tyres, and Tyres again cutting to the inside into the hairpin.
Nope.
Oh, but Lord had the line there, and Tyres having to fight back. Now this could be a bit strategic here. It's just a case of trying to test it out maybe and just see where he could maybe get a wheel in there.
Yeah, I don't think he will definitely won't want to let Ben get away. So he's definitely going to be looking for an opportunity to push past him, especially through this right hander coming onto the straight. This is where if Ryan can get a good run on him. No, just
Right there.
But he holds that tighter line around the corner, and he's right back on his wheel, just looking for any opportunity to pick him up or show him a wheel up the inside.
Jim Lovell just watching in third as Ryan Tice squares the turn almost into the hairpin and again tries that inside line, doesn't quite work. Lovell third, Dominic Herbertson fourth, Ryan Tyres with the fastest lap of the race, running a 42.893, so even at this latest stage of the day, still some good lap times out there. Jim Lovell, the 97, just watching in third place. Any kind of a mistake between the top two riders and Jim Lovell will be right in there. Let's just run through the rest of the field. Dominic Herbertson, Mick Lord, Ben Clucas, Dan Merrin, Ed Peed, a bit further back, Ryan Clark and Kai Jones on the edge of the top 10. All of the action here, though, is with Ben Lord and Ryan Tyres. These two collided racing incident in the first race, but certainly making up for lost ground in race two. Oh, Tyres looked a bit ragged there, but he's really pushing it through there. First hairpin to try and close up on Ben Lord. And this is almost a case of almost just trying to find an opening, really, and seeing where he can maybe make some ground.
I think that on that run to that chicane, it's going to be tough for him to get up the inside, because Ben will literally just chop the front of his bike off, because he's in the right position. So I think Ryan's going to have to try and line him up onto this back straight.
Let's see Ryan Tyres down the back straight. He goes into the hairpin. Lord has got the line into the corner as Tyres has a look down the inside. Jim Lovell still there in third, but losing a bit of ground. There's the number 97. And again, Ryan Tyres a bit wider into the entry of the corner, just trying to get the exit speed almost.
And Reece Stevenson's up to 6th on the back.
Great ride from Reece Stevenson up to 6th place, but some trouble further down the field. One or two riders going down. I'll have a look on the lap charts. I think that maybe Dan Merrin, I think.
Yeah,
he's all right. So Dan Merrin hitting trouble on the final corner. He's okay, gets back onto wheels. Yeah, Reece Stevenson up to 6th place, and this is against some of the big names of BMB racing as well, experienced riders.
Yep, yeah, he's doing really fast lap times. He's come from the back again. He flies on it. He's got a mini pit, so he's flying on that thing. Some other good shout-outs for some other guys going really well. He's doing Jake Marsh. It's only his second ever race. He's currently in 20th place, but he's sticking with guys with lots more experience. He's riding really, really well this weekend.
Rider further down the field, just dropping off the side of the track and hit some mechanical trouble, but not affecting the race as we see this battle for the lead. And Ryan Tyres looks quick into the entry of this corner. Now, I think here Ryan Tyres hit the back wheel of Ben Lord in the first race. He does seem to carry a lot of speed into that S's. It's very close to at the field here, but Ryan Tyres does look quick as into that left S's.
He does carry a lot more corner speed through that section. And anywhere where he has to be on throttle early, you can see he's really aggressive on the back wheel of Ben. But I mean, Ben's again, he's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's making himself as wide as possible, hitting all his points, and as long as he stays consistent.
Both riders, incidentally, picking up the pace, because we've got Ben Lord with his fastest lap of the race with a 42.4, and Ryan Tyres' fastest lap of the race, 42.362. Both these riders really picking up the pace here. They're pushing each other on as, let's have a look again into the hairpin. Tyres having a look with 5 laps to go. Here we see the 1, 2, 3 a bit further down the field here. And that's Reece Stevenson, isn't it? 1, 2,
yep.
3, yeah.
He's coming. Oh, Ryan's got a good run on this one. It's not showing it on the screen, but he's got a good run into the chicane.
Let's have a look.
Ben's held it. He's held it still.
So Ryan Tyres still quick as we look at the 1, 2, 3 up 4th place, I believe now. He's got past Dominic Herbertson. So Reece Stevenson, one of the young stars of British minibike racing. He started at the back, didn't he?
On the screen now, yeah, he's up to 4th. I think somebody else may have come off at the bottom, but he's rejoined the track. I'm not sure who that is.
Is that 254, I think? That's Nathan Gardner. Hit some trouble, didn't he, before?
Ah, right, okay.
So Reece Stevenson charges on. Still got this battle at the front between Ben Lord and Ryan Tyres. 3 laps to go as we look down the back straight. There's Reece Stevenson. The leaders heading towards the top of the circuit now, and they are starting to approach some slower traffic. Here they are. Still Ben Lord leading from Ryan Tyres. 3 laps to go as Tyres has a look down the inside. They are rapidly closing on, I want to say back marks as such, but these are very quick riders.
The mid-pack, it just shows how fast that they're going, and they've pulled the country mile from 3rd place. So, you know, this is where it's going to get interesting with 3 laps to go. They will catch them,
Now this is tough here, no blue flags, and of course these guys, they're about to lap in the midfield. They're having their own race, so they're under no obligation to get out the way either.
They won't expect these two to be coming through like a freight train, I know that much. But they're on them so fast.
This is a very fast pace at the front. They are starting to approach and lap some very serious riders here. Ben Lord and Ryan Tyers, Jim Lovell a distant third place now, closing on by Stevenson in fourth. So this is all about Ben Lord and Ryan Tyers. They picked their way towards the midfield battle. 1.5 laps to go. That's the 8.37 of Sean Benton, currently in 21st place, who's just been lapped. So the riders on the edge of the top 20 will fall a lap down, and they're having their own midfield battle here. 1.5 laps to go. Now this could be the stage where Ryan Tyers could make his way through. I'm sure that Ben Lord will have other ideas as we head towards the last lap, and they're now in the midfield. This is going to be tight. Oh, look at that, Ben Lord, even 2 wheels on the grass there to squeeze through. It's going to be hard here for Ben Lord because he's the race leader. As soon as they see Lord coming through, they recognise the rider. They'll know that faster riders are coming through.
And the other thing is they come through so fast, you don't even feel them coming. So before you know it, they're going past you, and it only takes you to see them coming and move. And Ryan could be going one way, and Ben could be going the other. So
Simon Patterson just saw them coming through there. He's 17th. He lets them go through. Last lap, last corner. Ben Lord still leads, but it's all going. Oh, it's going to be tight on this last corner. Slower rider in the middle there, but Ben Lord just about crosses. That was the number 6, Tom Stanford, still there in 16th place. Ryan Tyers second. It's going to be Jim Lovell, I think, in third. Almost certainly a little bit of time for Reece Stevenson, but running out of track. And Ben Lord and Ryan Tyers, that was exciting there because we've got the 17th place rider. We've got Tom Stanford on the track, entitled to the racing line because he's having his own race.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't even known that they were behind. And you know, the amazing was a strong wheelie game there from Ryan Tyers. He'd be disappointed not to have won that, but you know, Ben rode a great race. You know, he led it and he kept Ryan behind. He's an aggressive, strong rider. So you know, it's good to see. And the good thing is they all give each other a thumbs up after and say well done, and there's a lot of respect between the two of them. So.
Well, Ryan Tyers in second place there, but he still knows where the cameras are to do the posing, I think, there, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'm going to have to speak to him to teach me how to do one of those. It's pretty amazing.
Very stylish there. And that's the thing, it's great to see when you see them coming through because, thumbs up, and that's the first thing. I mean, you see that racing accident in the first race, and it was. And
the first thing they did is give each other a hug before they picked their bikes up. It's
no needle or fighting or anything, was there? It was just, I think they both know it's one of these things, isn't it?
They're both really good, strong racers, and that's the great thing about this sport, the BMB. You know, they go at it hard all weekend, and they finish and they shake their hands.
Well, that's it, and that's after such a close race as well. And it's exciting when they come through some of the midfield runners. We just see a replay of earlier on. This is what happened. That was the first race, that crash.
Yeah, it's just the closing speed through the corner. And look, let's quick hug. I think his throttle broke or something because you see the back wheel.
Oh, that's at the back end. Just left that out. He's gone, wasn't he?
Yeah. And at that point, it was bad time. We need to take this bike back, get it sorted. But they got it sorted, and he's come back out and won the next race. So, yeah, what a fantastic result.